Hey y'all, welcome back to the Be Like D channel. It's your girl D coming back with another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3 episode 15, and of course another good motherfucking episode. Okay. Episode had me dying. I'm like so this gonna be good. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so the episode start off with Maurice on his bullshit. Can y'all believe it? I believe it. Maurice on his bullshit. Kimmy looking at some land that she thinking gonna be where they finna build their house. Got her all in the fucking woods, thinking she finna be like, yeah, then we gonna come, yeah, that's gonna be nice this way, that way. And then he's like, yeah, this gonna be a spec house to build. And then she like, oh, why am I in the woods then? Kimmy faced the whole scene was me. She like, is he really telling me? And then she got, I talked to Marceau and I talked to Martell. And she said, how you talk to Martell? He ain't got no business license. And then I talked to Uncle Mike. Then she like, oh, you just picked everybody. Okay. Kimmy was pissed off. It was all in her face. She was just reacting to everything that he was saying. And he says it like it was the plan all along. Like, you know, like she just going along with some shit. Just like your brother. Is this a Scott thing? Well, no, it's not. Apparently it's a you, Martell, and Marceau thing, because I told y'all they all alike. They all full of shit. Maurice just covered up a little bit better than the rest of them. That's all that is. He full of shit too. How the fuck you gonna tell her this her project? You ain't tell her that this what y'all you ain't tell her this gonna be a project, and then you gonna tell her you got everything together and just gonna give it to her like she said. You just get all the parts together and plop it in her lap and expect her to make stuff happen. But then so you gonna come up and say, well, I'm busy, I can't help you with this. I'm busy, I can't help you with that. But you the one gave me this task? Oh no. See, this that foolishness of Maurice. And Kimmy, I don't know what the hell you doing. Kimmy, get it together. Get his ass together. So now we over to Martell with his mama. And they she teaching him how to do the little baby's hair. And then in his confessional, he gonna say that he ain't never want to learn how to do girls' hair. He feel like that's what a woman is for. I was like, boy, if you don't shut the hell up. That's what a woman is for. Okay, there's a lot of things a man is for, and I don't think you fulfilled it. But anyways, so he said he don't think that's what a woman is for, but he quickly learning it. I'm like, yeah, you made the decision for yourself, didn't you? Okay, so now Martell telling his mama how Maurice thinking that Maurice said Marceau said they might be depressed or whatever, so they're gonna go to counseling or whatever. And then she gonna tell him, I don't think you need to go to no therapy. I don't think you need to go to no counseling. You can be your own therapist. I was like, boom, this is why you stupid. This is why you stupid. And she like, yeah, you got too much on your plate. Yes, you just got too much on your plate, baby. Oh my gosh. This whole scene was killing me. Mama, you was better last season. Last season, you sorta held your son accountable. But this is all bullshit now. I guess now you upset because he actually did get divorced. You thought Mel was going to stick around how you would have stuck around or something. But didn't you get cheated on? Now you're not making sense. Now you in defend my son mode no matter what he did. No. Hold his ass accountable. That's why he putting shit off on everybody else, because you never did. That's where he get that shit from. Boy, Martell mama pissed me the fuck off this whole episode. I can't believe it. I was rooting for you. And now you done came to us with the bullshit. Well, he said, he not depressed and stuff like that. He just got a lot of stuff on his plate, and that's when she like, And he said that, I've been really busy for the last 8-9 years, so it was actually good that this last year done slowed down. And then she was like, yeah, I used to be like, when the kids was real small, and Mia just had you working out hard and stuff like that. I was like, she gonna kill my baby. I said, oh, you one of them mamas, okay. In denial ass mamas, okay. Because what the hell would, if the kids were small, Mel was at home with them, right? That's what I'm assuming. But then Mel also said they was teachers. So was she working? Like, your story not adding up. And just because he's working hard, that what the hell they got to do with anything? What he doing? Trying to support his damn family. Was he the only person supporting the family? Sometimes that fucking happened. But what Mel did, she got up and got the moving, didn't she? Now he got a problem with she was working too hard. Now what's your issue? Now she working too hard? Shut the hell up. But they done pissed me the hell off. It was funny, but I was getting pissed off the whole time too. Cause I'm like, this is where the bullshit come from. Stop doing this to y'all kids. Stop babying y'all sons and thinking that shit cute. It ain't. That's what if they grow up and become Martells. Then he tells her how Mel and him had a fight in Vegas over the kids knowing the song, the words to the song, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, Tank came to me and was singing some song," and I was like, "Oh, she just singing about your daddy, baby." And then Martell, the look on Martell's face was like, damn, Mel was right. This is where it came from. Now he got to check his mama. He was like, no, don't. He's like, oh, Lord, mama. Oh, Lord, mama. Okay. And I was like, oh, Mel, sweet, sweet revenge. Then he had to kind of correct his mama. But then, of course, he like, you don't tell a kid that. He's like, no, we trying to protect them from that. And then she's like, well, you need to take it up with your ex-wife. I was like, oh, this woman, oof. Complete 180. I swear, 180 from last season. Because what is this? She done showed the true colors in like a mug, right? You can't take that with your ex-wife. And then that's when he just had to be like, but you still don't do that to the, okay. Then he had to bring it to something else. I'm like, yep, that's what happened. This is a reflection of your behavior. Your behavior. Martell, you see that? That's how you do. He was like, why you acting like that? I must start laughing. Even though I was mad, that shit was funny. He was like, why you acting like that? Like, she just changed on his ass. And she's like, because I'm sleepy. I'm like, what the fuck? That can't be happening because you're sleepy now. Well, that shit was funny. He had no choice but to laugh. He was like, okay, well, Marceau having an event. So now we're over to Maurice and Martell having a session with Dr. Francis. And you know I'm finna love this. I'm finna love it. I loved it. Okay? But anyway, so they called Marceau to check in to see if he coming, which you know he not. He ain't coming. He don't want to be in no damn therapy session. And he tell them that he apparently, you know that. And then he have his confessional, and he says he think Dr. Francis is great to work with women or men who think like women. I said, oh, you misogynistic asshole, okay? So now you saying Martell and Marceau think like men? I mean, Maurice think like women? And what does that mean to you? Okay, Dr. Francis, can we therapize him through the episode, please? Can we get clips to Dr. Francis watching Marceau's scenes and telling us what he think? That would be great, okay? Because he's so full of shit, okay? And somebody needs to call him out. That's what he don't want. He don't want that. He don't want that smoke. And Martell can at least somewhat stand in it a little bit when it comes to Dr. Francis, because I was surprised he want to sit in this session. But I guess he felt like since Maurice was there, you know, he had a little backup, and it ain't fully about personal life, so maybe he gonna have a better chance with Dr. Francis. But I guess they ain't want to get red, you know. So Dr. Francis get there, and then, you know, he like, oh, Martell like, hey, you know, I ain't seen you in a minute. He's like, yeah. He talked about his divorce a little bit. Yeah, divorce is fine. He's like, oh, so it's final now. Okay, we'll get to that. I said, oh, we'll get to that. But then he go Maurice talking about, you know, Marceau said that he might be in depression, and the things that he was listing, he felt like, well, maybe I'm depressed too. And then Dr. Francis, okay, you was a little shady right here for real, because he was like, okay, so your brother said it. And then based on what your brother said, and then what society says the depression is, you think you're depressed? I was like, pretty much. That's how they went, Dr. Francis. So then he going to explain, how what they talked about in Vegas, and then he think, basically that he's just doing too much, and he trying to be a high achiever. He's a high achiever, and he can't escape. He don't ever find an escape from his work life or whatever. He pretty much stays under stress all the time. Okay, so then Dr. Francis tells him that he uses some great words. He used dealing with and escaping from. And the whole idea of escape is that you're not dealing with your problems. And they're like, okay, yeah, okay. He's like, and then he said that people have created a maze for themselves, basically. And then you forgot how to get out of that maze because you're trying to avoid the thing that's outside the maze. So you have to look at what you're avoiding and then try basically deal with it. Work through it, figure it out. He said, but whether you're depressed or not, you realize there's an issue. But if you really want to fix that issue, you're going to do it. And I said, oh, that's true. So if you acknowledge that you have some kind of issue or problem, you have to figure it out. Think about it. Figure out what you're avoiding and what is it costing you. Okay, and then this part right here, when he says that his marriage Kimmy is competing with his entrepreneurship. Dr. Francis is like, nah, nope. I rewound that motherfucker so much. That shit was funny. He was like, you created the competition. You the one that want to be an entrepreneur and have a wife. You creating that conflict. Stop blaming this on your wife. I said, oh. Y'all, I was cracking up in this thing. Y'all know I love me a Dr. Francis read. Then Dr. Francis says that you have 2 wives. And then they looking like, what? He was like, yeah, this man has 2 wives. Your work and your family are 2 competing interests in your life. And you wonder where your stress comes from. He's like, because when you at work, when you're at home, you're thinking about, the business and what's going on with the business, what you can do better, what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. Maurice is like, oh, wow. Like, they both looking at him like he just dropped the word on them. He's like, that makes sense because it's always conflicting, interests. It's always conflicting between his work and his family and his wife. So then they like, wow. So Maurice in his confessional, he's trying to say that, Dr. Francis done dropped some nuggets on him and that he really has gave him some information that's going to change his life. And I'm like, did it? Can we find that out? And then he says that he realized that he thinks he communicates with Kimmy more than he does. I said, oh, okay, now that was the revelation. But let's see if you fix it, okay? He's talking about he's going to fix it, but let's see. Okay, so then Dr. Francis basically tells him that he needs to be careful with the consequences that he wants to deal with wanting to be an entrepreneur in his business. And that it might be the detriment of his wife. So he basically needs to figure out that in between, that balance, like we've been saying, Maurice. Okay, find a balance. And then he's like, you basically just dealing with the consequences of success. And I hope he don't take that as, okay, this is just what it's going to be still, like, don't sit in that one spot, okay? Remember you just said you made a revelation and that you got to find that balance and communicate and deal with your problems. And here go Martell, dumbass in a confessional. This ain't nothing to do about Mel. This whole session ain't nothing about you and Mel, but he gonna say he resonated with everything that Dr. Francis told Maurice because he need to be telling that to Mel because Mel need to hear it above all because Mel just keep putting stuff on her plate, and putting the kids second. Okay, so what was you doing Was you putting the kids second when you was working all them jobs like your mama said? Was you putting the kids second then? Shut the hell up. Okay, so then he get over to Martell and he's like, so we talk about marriages now. So I know where you at, Martell, but it still matters. And then Martell says, well, you know, I've been through a lot this past year. And I wouldn't say I lost everything, but I lost everything. And I'm like, thank you for saying that. Because, yeah, you lost everything. But you didn't lose everything. It made sense to me. I'm like, that's the way to describe it. Okay, so then Dr. Francis asked Martell, how does it feel to lose everything? I said, ooh, good question. Good question. And then he's like, see, that's circling all the way back from, am I depressed? Or, you know, or how I'm feeling after I lost it all. And then Martell's like, well, he knows that he's hurt. And then he said, okay, yes, hurt is a good reframing, because when you change your view of you, he said, I had to write this down. When you change your view of yourself, you will change your view of your world, and you will change how you view what you view. And it all starts with you. I said, oh, another word in here, okay? Another word. Maurice, writing it down. I said, okay, you taking notes? Okay, I like that. And it was so true, okay? If Martell can reframe his whole view and himself, it might be a future, okay? It might be a future for him, but it's so hard because he's so set in his dumb ways, apparently. And your mama ain't helping. Your mama just backing you up and making you think you're right. Maybe if your mama had held you accountable, you would be better. But here we are, huh? Hopefully you'll keep doing some work, but who knows? Okay, and then Dr. Francis basically tell them if they gonna work on themselves, they gonna work on themselves. If they not, they not, basically. And I was like, boom. Say, I gave you my little nuggets. If y'all ain't gonna take it, it's on you. But guess what? He said, it all starts with you. You got to start doing the work. So now we at Marceau and Tisha's destiny race thing, where they write what people think they destiny are. Basically, it was kind of like, is this your destiny or is it just your goals? But I was just like, okay, you want to call it destiny, but basically put your goals on the damn paper thing, a little poster board, stick it in the ground, then y'all gonna run this long ass race and then come back to your thing, because you running towards your destiny. I'm like, okay, it was a cute little concept, but whatever. The good stuff about to happen at the end after they're all done running and competing with each other. So guess who jumped it off? Tiffany. Tiffany, you started this, okay? You started this whole chain effect, okay? She pulled a little Ashley Darby up in there, got the shit going, and then we ain't see no more of her, okay? She's like, well, thank you guys for coming to our anniversary event. I just don't understand why every time we get together, you guys gotta argue. And then she look over at Mel and Martell, and Mel just looking like, and then look over. I like how Mel was pretty quiet this whole episode, this whole scene, right? And she really let Martell act his ass, let everybody else act their ass, basically. So then Destiny wants to jump in and say that Martell, he gets in his feelings and then he lashes out. And then she's like, you lash out passive aggressively, and then you know she gonna react. So then, and then he was like, yeah. He's like, but why she always gotta react? I'm like, why you always gotta react? Why you always gotta lash out? It's still both of y'all. Come on now. So then Destiny's trying to talk, and then she said, in the midst of him talking, and I was like, bitch, look, I ain't on Martell's side, but hell no, I get why he was mad, like, but I ain't like how he said that's why he don't let women talk to him like that. He said, he should have said, I don't let nobody talk to me like that, because that was some bullshit. You ain't finna be, had me like, Destiny, calm the fuck down, because I was mad too, shit. And that's why mama had to go and come over and tell her, child, none of your business. Don't come at my son like that. You coming at him like like you his mama. But so now Destiny getting a damn back and forth with Miss Martell, that's what she gonna be called until I remember her name. She getting back and forth with her, saying that she needs to stop always upholding Mel. She needs to, be on Martell's side basically. And then Destiny was like, but no, I'm talking about the other day. You wasn't there. But then she trying to respectfully argue with Martell mama. Then Martell mama like, no, I'm tired of everybody coming at my baby. That's pretty much what that was. And then she gonna go over to me, you can hold yourself up. And then actually in the midst of Destiny and Martell's mama arguing, Martell goes and stands by Mel, and he kind of gave me that vibe like, look, it's them, not us. That's what that was. He went over there like, not me. I ain't do it. My mama took over. That's what he was under. Ooh, get her mama. And then that's what he did in his confessional, saying, well, I'm really happy my mom was there to, step up, because I didn't want to have to go back and forth with Destiny. I didn't want to, raise my voice at Destiny. I'm like, boy, mommy to the rescue for your grown ass, huh? And so while they in the midst of arguing, and then, Mama Martell telling Melody, hold yourself up. And then Destiny's like, you ain't got to do all that. I'm like, you didn't, because Destiny, because Melody wasn't saying nothing. So what the hell you going over her and telling her anything for? But anyway, so then, and then Tiffany tried to jump in. She was like, well, it was our anniversary. And then she was like, well, happy anniversary to y'all. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Everybody started laughing. I'm like, yeah, mama all over the place. She ready to respond to anybody that's saying anything back to her. And really the only person she needs to be arguing with is Destiny. And then she was like, well, I do. She said, well, no, Destiny said she do hold up for Martell too, but she was like, well, you gotta talk to him. You all like Martell. I'm like, that's because that's what he do need, but that was a little rough though. I ain't like how she was in. That was a no. Like if she would have did anything else, like let me talk. She could say any of that other stuff, but that was like, oh no for me. But anyway, so. So then they all laughing after. She like, well, happy anniversary, y'all always coming at my boy. And then she like, no, I ain't coming at your boy. And then of course Martell gonna hype it up a little more too. It's like, yeah, like my mama said, talk to me, not at me, talk to me. And then Tiffany again, she like, well, Martell demands attention and he gets it every time. And then the mom was like, yeah. I was like, really, mama, really? Yeah. I'm like, how Tiffany getting away with these slick comments? Ain't nobody saying nothing. Now it's Miss Vanessa, Mel's mom. Then you got Martell's mama. And they see, saying, hey, nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. And then here comes Miss Wanda. Soon as Miss Wanda come up, hey, y'all, what y'all doing over here? Miss Vanessa was like, mm-hmm. And then Wanda peeped there, but then she still turned towards Mama Martell. And she's like, yeah, the grandkids. Y'all talking about the grandkids? Mm-hmm. Hey. And then after Miss Vanessa says, hey, in the midst of something, then she's like, well, hello to you too. I was like, y'all so messy, okay? They so messy for this whole scene because it was hilarious. It was hilarious. My Miss Vanessa wasn't playing, okay? Miss Vanessa wasn't playing, and Wanda was there to play, okay? But anyway, so then she was like, yep, I was talking to the kids about, Martell and Mel getting back together. And as they both, Mama Martell and Miss Vanessa both like, nah, that's between them. Nah, we ain't worried about that. Yeah. And then, Mama Martell talking about, no, I just stay in my lane. I don't do none of that stuff. And then that's all I had to say. She got a confessional. I was like, oh Lord, they give everybody confessionals now. And it don't too much bother me because it is nice to see what they gonna say too. So I'm like, okay, let's have at it then. Add them to the confessional when they got something to say. But then she in her confession talking about, I stay in my lane, Miss Wanda. She started laughing like, ooh, Miss Wanda trying to get me caught up. And I'm like, that's pretty much what she was trying to do. She was trying to add y'all into the mess that she be in. And it's enough for me. Okay, y'all, don't get too deep with her. Cause that's all she do. That's all she do is bring drama with her wherever she go. And she had fun with it too. But anyway, after they get, she's like, then Miss Vanessa was like, oh no, this the woman that said online that if somebody messing with a married man, they should get the same amount that the wife getting. And then this one, Martell mom was like, I stay in my lane, I don't stay in my lane. And then she tried to tell her how she made some stupid ass offhanded comment about Martell and Mel's kids versus Tisha and Marceau's kids. And then what's her name? Martell mama just gonna peace out on the conversation like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to deal with all of that. And I'm like, no, you should have been, that's where you should have been right there. You should have been defending your grandkids. Instead of a grown ass man that can defend himself, you need to be defending your grandkids. But now she had to peace out of that conversation because she don't want to deal with mess. Boy, woman, your son ain't nothing but mess. All he do is bring you mess, I'm sure. And now it's Miss Wanda and Miss Vanessa talking, and Miss Wanda was like trying to make her case like, well, see, when I told the kids that, because I was saying, because people go through things. And then Miss Vanessa was like trying to stop her right there, like, no, Mel was never gonna listen to you because you said her one thing in her face, and then you go online and you say another thing and tear her down. And she was like, and says the woman that has a husband and a boyfriend. I said, oh, Miss Vanessa trying to get into it. And then she's like, yes. And then she's like, so you mess with a married man? And she's like, woman, please. I said, oh, so classy face with hers. Woman, please. Oh my goodness, this whole argument was like so funny. Just because they really kept it respectful. Did they even curse? It was woman, please. And then she was like, I don't do ghetto. Okay, so then after Miss Vanessa was like, I don't do ghetto. If we're gonna go ghetto with this, then I don't want to do it. And then and then in Wanda in her confession was like, oh, she's saying I'm ghetto. She didn't say ghetto. Woman, please. Disrespectful. Miss Wanda, you are ghetto in your country. Your country ghetto woman, and it's hilarious. But it's a mess and it's hilarious. Woman, please. I'm ghetto. I can get ghetto. Getting ghetto is taking off my wig and I would have came at you. But is it me? Did y'all notice that the camera crew, when they kept facing Wanda, they kept angling like they trying to get Mel and Tiffany and them or somebody, Mel or Tisha and them, to notice that something is going on over here, okay? They kept, and then it'll zoom, it'll focus a little bit, and then I see Tiffany, I'm like, are you trying to show them like y'all need to get over here and nobody noticing? But anyway, Miss Vanessa tell her, how about you just stay focused on Tisha and Marceau, because your little brain and your little hands are full. And then Miss Wanda was like, oh, your big hands and your big brain. There was not no comeback. She was like, I think I'm doing better than all the parents. I'm like, where, girl? Where are you doing better? Shit, tell me. Whose show is it? Okay. Who put your daughter on? Okay. Who in a fucked up marriage? Okay. But anyway, she said she doing better than all her parents, she think. And then here go Miss Vanessa, woman, please. Finally, Mel walks over and she like, what's going on? She got the damn baby. And then Mel mama say, well, she over here talking ghetto at me. Mel was like, Mel ain't know, man. Mel ain't know this what she was stepping into. But who took that baby? Because all of a sudden Mel ain't had that baby no more. But then here come Tisha walking up trying to see what's going on. She's like, I don't know that. Mel like, I don't know. They was just speaking, and then it just and then I don't know what when Miss Vanessa said something about they both talking at the same time about Miss Wanda. I guess she's saying about her saying that she slept with a married man and stuff like that. And then Wanda was like, okay, you say you ain't been with a married man. Okay, if you say that's true, that's fine. And then it's like, yeah, miscommunication. But then Tisha hops in. When she hops into this argument, she's saying that they both do the same thing. And then I'm like, what? And then Mel's face. Mel was looking like, what the hell you talking about? Mel was looking like, what you talking about? And then she was like, yeah, Miss Vanessa, you have been a cyber bully. I said, what? Miss Vanessa, a cyber bully? No, that's your mama. You talking about the wrong mama around here, because I ain't never seen nothing about Miss Vanessa doing nothing. Never. I always see Miss Wanda being messy, talking about y'all kids. Who the hell compares kids? And then she's sitting there, she going against you and your damn husband, talking about your husband might have another kid out there somewhere. You need to worry about that. Talking about Miss Vanessa, a damn cyber bully. Miss Vanessa don't even be online. I don't see nothing about her online. Like, where is it? Where is it? Pull out the receipts. I need to see it, because I ain't never heard no shit like that. We always hear from your loud ass mama. But anyway, so then Mel was like, but that's what she's saying about your mother. Like, and I'm like, okay, Mel, hop in there, please. But you know what? This conversation would have went completely left if Mel had reacted a different way. Because I think Mel was still confused, like, what the hell? I need you to calm this down. I can't have my mama out here acting no damn fool. But now, Tisha, you like you and your mama acting a damn fool, because she give you a scene, she give you a storyline. But anyway, so then they trying to calm him down, and Tisha touches Miss Vanessa, and Miss Vanessa's like, don't touch me. And then she was like, well, she ain't mean nothing about it. But she's like, yeah, but still don't touch me. I'm like, yeah, don't touch me. One, I don't like people touching me, period. Period. I don't like people touch me. But then also, we in the midst of an argument. I'm in fight mode. You not finna touch me, because it could have went left, okay? Don't touch me when I'm in the midst of fighting, okay? Arguing, fighting, same shit for me, okay? Don't touch. But even though I know Tisha did not mean nothing about it, I guess when she touched her mama know chill. But not everybody like this. After Miss Vanessa saying, don't touch me, and Tisha was like, I'm just trying to get everybody to calm down. I mean, I really don't want to take it there. I don't want us to take it there. And then Miss Vanessa pull out her phone. She's disengaging. She's like, I just can't deal with this conversation anymore, because this is just it's all wrong. And then Tisha was like, it's just bad communication. She was like, you're wrong and you're wrong. Y'all both are wrong. And then surprisingly, Miss Vanessa was like, you know what? You're right, because we're both defending our daughters. I said, okay, here for the grown woman, okay? She's like, we're both defending our daughters, and that's what it is. And then, of course, Miss Wanda, she was like, yeah, and I go all the way ham for mine. And then they're like, no. It was like, no, see, this went too much. And then here come Mel trying to calm Miss Wanda down. I was like, see, Miss Wanda, we got to work on things. Some stuff we got to control ourselves, And she was like, well, I'm 50-something years old. I can't change. I ain't changing. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Tisha like, I'm going to work on her. She was like, see how we got everything calm? And then you riled it back up. She's like, because that's just who I am. I said, oh, Lord, we know, Miss Wanda, we know. So then Tisha gonna pull her mama to the side, and she basically tell her mama, you need to chill the F out, stop starting shit, and having me help to finish it, okay? And then she gonna, Miss Wanda talking about, yeah, I was about to put my hands on her. And she's like, you don't need to be fighting. I'm like, Joe Butt don't need to be up there fighting, okay? Not at no 50-something. Sit down. But Tisha basically said, and then also the situation with Kimmy told me about it, and then it didn't happen the way you said it. But then still Miss Wanda was like, okay, fine, I'll let you. And she's like, but your friend, that's a snake. She called Mel a snake. And then she was like, well, if they snakes, I'll trust me to keep my eye on them. I said, oh my goodness, this right here tell me that this is all the shit you be telling your mama. You be all buck when you talking to your mama about all this shit, don't you? Tisha be talking mad shit, and I just got it just off of that conversation with Miss Wanda. You be talking mad shit about your friends and your sister-in-law and your mama carrying your beef for you. That's what that shit is. So y'all need to all peep that shit, okay? Y'all, Mel, she think you a snake, okay? Kimmy, she think you a snake, okay? But anyway, Tisha did tell her mama that she, regardless of what actually happened between them at the, when she said she told her shut the fuck up, which she didn't. when she's like, she and Kimmy decided to leave that in the past and just move on from there. So whatever happened, it's over with, it's done. She don't care no more. And I'm like, okay, let's see if you're gonna bring that up at they're gonna talk about it at the reunion, but let's see how you feel at the reunion though. Let's see if you're still gonna be saying, well, we put it in the past. We'll see. But it was good to see you trying to check your mama, but it ain't working. You need to stop going to your mama with your beef if you know she one of them people that like to rile shit up. Because all she do is rile you up, and then there you go being like a dummy going to everybody for stupid shit. When Miss Wanda tells Tisha that whatever Kimmy said to you was all good in Vegas, but I'm going to tell you right now, she was very disrespectful. She was very disrespectful. And then she was like, but Tisha was like, yeah, but I understand you, I hear you, but we're leaving that in the past. And she was like, all right, so then next time she jumped. I was like, girl, you was not about to haul off and start swinging on Kimmy. Shut up, like, please. Stop, okay? She giving Mama Joyce tease with that. She gonna throw that shoe. But anyways, Tisha was like, and then in her confessional, she says that her mom doesn't know how to handle her friends. And she's like, she knows how to handle her friends. She will take advice from her mama. She can give her advice, but she ain't got to handle the situation for her. She can handle it for herself. I'm like, really? So you ain't been telling your mama that? Because you should have been telling her that. And then she says, well, I'm going to have to just hold off on my mom coming to events for a while. Your mama shouldn't be at events. Your mama should only be at events like this one. This is what, even though it shouldn't have been like this, but it should have been events like this. But when it's stuff for like you and the cast, why is your mama involved? Why? I thought it was strange that they was bringing Miss Vanessa and Martell mama on the damn episode, making it a whole mama feel episode. I'm like, they combating the fact that Miss Wanda is always here. But don't make them no permanent cast members. Please don't. Okay? We don't need them over here shaking a bone. Like Miss Wanda be saying, shaking a bone. Okay? Alright, that was Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 15. This episode was good, y'all. I had a good kiki. And I got real upset a lot. Okay? You know the show be good when you get upset. You like, hold up. Stop with the foolishness, okay? So drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought of the episode, what y'all seen in the episode, what had y'all keying, okay? And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Dee channel, okay?